Hi, I'm Taylor, and this is how and when to get a new roof. If you're watching this video, you probably need a new roof or you have water coming into your house. In this video, I want to quickly explain how and when to get a new roof, what the process is, some things you should watch out for, things you should be aware of. Step 1, visually examine your roof. Get on a ladder, climb up there and take a look. If you're not able to do that, get a friend, family member, or call a professional to come give you an exam. So the first thing you want to do if you have a roof problem is visually examine it from the street. See what it looks like from the street. If you can get up on a hill or you can see it a little better from a different vantage point, go ahead and do that. If you can't see it, climb a ladder, take a look. You don't even need to climb on the roof. Just climb up a little, take a look, feel the shingles, see what kind of roof problems you're having. Here's a little picture of some common roof problems, especially on older roofs, that you'll be looking for. You can see in this picture here there are 9 different examples of roof problems. I'll walk you through some of them, so while you're examining your roof you can look to see if something might be going on like this. The number one sign of an old roof is your roof is shiny. Why is it shiny? Because the fiberglass is showing. Shingles have a fiberglass interior layer, and when all of the granules and some of the tar start coming off in the asphalt, you will start getting a shine to your roof. That means it's time to get a new roof. You might find curling or brittling shingles, as you can see in this picture here, what that looks like. There might be some growth on your shingles. There could be some algae, some moss, or other fungus growing on your roof in some areas. This is a problem. You might have some blistering shingles. When it's too hot, the tar blisters and pops them. You might also have some hail damage, and this is what these two look like as you're checking out to see what might be going on. The obvious one here is your missing shingles. Usually after a windstorm or some wind damage, you will have missing shingles. If your shingles are older and brittle, they will blow off and break easier. Quite obvious here as well is rotting shingles. This means you need a new roof, and get it fast. Don't wait, because the longer you wait, the more probability that you need to replace the entire deck of the roof made from plywood, expensive plywood, and you don't want that to happen. That can cost you several thousands of dollars to replace that part of your roof. Another really common one I find a lot is balding shingles. When your granules start coming off and you can feel it, you can start seeing it, you can really tell that they are balding. A good sign is to check your rain gutters, see if there are sand granules inside your rain gutters or all over your side of your house. Another common problem is some damaged flashing around chimneys, around sidewalls. Look at that damaged flashing. Flashing is the metal that goes around an edge and it kind of connects the roof shingle to a wall. Another one here is buckling shingles. Take a broad view and see if you can see some buckling, some little ripples in the shingles. Another serious problem. And one of the most obvious ones is from the inside of your house. If you have ceiling water spots that look like this, your roof likely has a problem, has a leak, and needs to be repaired or redone completely. Another one here is cupping shingles, when the shingles become like a cup. Obviously this picture is very old, but this is the beginning of many problems to come. Another problem you'll see here is lifting, separating, and broken shingle seals. Usually if you can lift them up, that is a problem. Creasing shingles is another problem. When the wind blows your shingles, they lift up and they bend and fold. If this is happening, you'll see little crease marks here. You can see in this picture these little black marks are creases from the wind folding the shingle. And a very serious problem, if your roof has this, don't climb on it, be careful, is a saggy roof. If your roof looks like the ocean, that's a problem. It should look like a glass lake in the morning. You do not want your roof to look like the ocean. And lastly, one to watch out for is cracking shingles. Usually this is just over time. They've gotten too old. Sun damage, wind damage, snow damage, rain damage, especially if you're in 4-season hot summers and cold winters. you will see this kind of damage much more often. So after you've inspected your roof visually, either climbing up there or looking at it from the street, it's time to call someone over to start inspecting, have them check out your roof, find out the problem, see how old it is, and get a bid from a contractor to see how much it would cost to replace. And I usually advise people to not wait until it's too late. Too late, you think, what does too late mean? Is that water leaking in my house? Actually, no. Too late is when your roof decking, which is the plywood, is getting wet. It's becoming a sponge. It is what is stopping the water from coming in your house. And that plywood will get ruined, need to come off and completely replaced. Your roof cost can almost double because of plywood. The cost of your new roof could be thousands more if that plywood is damaged. So the longer you wait, the more damage to that plywood, the more the cost will be to put on your new roof. And speaking of this plywood decking, it's one of the biggest problems because it's hard to know if you need new decking or not until the shingles have been ripped off. So we always recommend taking off the old shingles so you can visually inspect the decking, make sure it's good and firm and there's no rotting wood, and then reshingle the roof. It's not a good practice to put shingles on shingles because the decking underneath is probably where your biggest problem is. So with that in mind, make sure that your contractor or anyone coming to give you a bid also tells you the cost of new decking. That could be a per sheet price or the entire roof deck replaced. You don't want that to become a surprise. After your roof is already taken off, you're stuck with a contractor and they say, sorry, give me $5,000 more for the new decking. And you really want to avoid this problem. So talk openly with your contractor about the roof decking and how they will handle it. Many contractors, when making a bid, try to avoid this roof decking problem. They'll give you a very low bid to get your business. They'll pull off your roof. You're stuck with them at this point. And then they will charge you very high prices for your new decking for their profit margin. So just be aware and be alert of this trick. So the next step when you have a contractor come out, I recommend getting 3 or 4, 5 bids depending on how much time you have. Meet different contractors, hear their opinion, hear what they have to say, compare them, and then make an educated decision based on your budget and who you're comfortable with. Typically, a contractor will come out to your house, they'll climb on your roof, they'll measure your roof, they want to know how many square feet it is. They also refer to this as squares, which is 100 square feet. So if your contractor's talking in squares or square feet, just know they're roughly the same thing. One is square feet, one is 100 square feet as squares. After they've measured your roof, they'll come to your door, they'll talk to you and share their findings with you. They'll let you know what some of the problems they saw were, may ask you some questions about the roof's age, and various things just to get to know the roof. And for me, when I come to someone's home, I like to teach them a little bit about how our roofs are built, how a roof should be built. So I'll share that with you now. So, how your roof is built. There's 6 main components to an asphalt roof. We could say there's 7 actually, but the 7th one I'm talking about is the wood decking, which is on all roofs. So 7 parts you could consider. I'll talk mostly about 6 here. If you'll see in this picture here, you can see there's 6 different pieces plus the plywood decking. So the first part of the roof is ice and water barrier, which goes on all of the places where there might be leaks. It usually goes in the valley. It goes at least 3 feet up in the state I am from. Some other states require 2 feet. I install 6 feet on all my roofs just for extra protection against ice and water damming. So after you've put on the ice and water barrier in all of the potential leak areas, the next thing to put on is the roof deck protection. And that protects the deck, which is your wood, that plywood, remember we talked about. It protects it from moisture. After the roof deck protection, you'll put on some starter shingles on the edges of the roof. And from there, you'll begin shingling. You'll shingle up to the ridge. The ridge is the peak here. And you'll have some ridge cap, or you might also have a ridge vent. Most modern roofs that are being built today and rebuilt today have a ridge ventilation system in them. I like to think of it as the lungs of the attic. It pushes up hot air and moisture out of your attic to give you a better temperature controlled environment. And it also protects your wood, it protects your struts. Overall, it's great for the house. So really the goal of our roof here, all these materials, is to protect that plywood, the wood decking, which is your roof structure. And if you look at this picture here, it will make a lot of sense for you. The pictures always help me learn much quicker. Now, we typically install a GAF roofing system. It's one of the best in the nation. 25% of homes all have it. Higher end homes, roughly 50 to 60% of them have GAF roofing materials and roofing systems on their home. And the reason they choose these systems is the warranty is one of the best in the industry. Also, they're very strict about who can install and what kind of quality is installed. We are a master elite installer with GAF. We're part of the President's Circle. We are the only one in our state who are part of the President's Circle of GAF. So this next part is really important, so pay attention here. All roofs are not created equal. You might be thinking, a roof is a roof, right? No. Beware, big warning sign here. Many grades of roofing materials exist, and this is why one contractor might quote you thousands of dollars different than one contractor. So don't only look at the number, look at the brand of materials, look at how they're doing it. Is it a full tear-off? What kind of quality of shingles are they putting on? What quality of underlayment, that roof deck protection? Are they using the ice and water barriers? Are they putting on that extra amount that should be there for extra protection? Are they putting in the right places, or are they shortcutting to make that price lower just to get your business? So big warning here, I might say this a few times, never buy the cheapest bid. Never. And since my team typically, we always install GAF products and GAF systems, I'm going to be talking a little bit more about GAF and how their system works. Other big brands are also similar to this system and how it works. So you basically have three options to choose from on a roof. We'll call it three options for right now. You can choose a very cheap made in China roof. I call it a made in China roof because most of the materials, the underlayment, the starter shingles, the cap, everything is made in China. We'll call it a builder's super economy grade. If you want to build a house and sell it and never deal with anything again, the roof might die in a few years, you don't care because you're selling it, this is probably for you. But if you're a homeowner and you see this builder's grade price, run away. The next option many of these larger roof material manufacturers provide, such as GAF, is a mixed option where you can take their shingles and three of their components, three GAF branded components, and you can take another three more generic, good generic products. They're not as good as all GAF products, but they're more of a generic, and this is a way of saving you some money. If you're on a tight budget and you need to save some money, you can do a mix of brand name and generic products. Remember those 6 products I told you? Then you can put those together for a little bit of savings on your roof. And the third and best option is to do an entire system under one brand. This way your warranties are much better. The product is meant to work together rather than mixing and matching brands, a generic and name brand. You'll have a complete system with a full long warranty if you did it this way. You'll spend a little bit more money, but in the long run it's worth it. In roofing, you definitely get what you pay for. So don't go cheap and don't buy the builder's grade, economy grade. Again, here's just a little picture of those 6 components that go into a roof. And many manufacturers like GAF, they require at least 3 of these components should be their brand, and they will give you a small warranty of a few years. If you use all of their branded products, they give you 25 to 50 year warranty on your roof, depending on which roof you choose. And one thing about GAF, many people say, oh, who is GAF? We don't know them. I just like to say they are the 3M of roofing materials. If you know 3M, they're some of the top materials made in the world, especially with adhesives and waterproofing. So just imagine 3M and GAF are on the same level of material quality. And GAF is 100% made in America. So your roof is made in America roof that you can trust, and it will last you several years. And if you're not staying in your home that long, it will last several years for the next owner. Most of GAF warranties are transferable, and you can transfer them to the next owner, which really increases the home value when you go to resell it. So let me run over 4 warranty options for you here. It gets a little confusing with warranties, so I used a few examples to help you understand how these warranties work and how these name brand roofs versus generic roofs versus made in China roofs work. So take a look at this picture here. It's a lot going on here, but I put 4 options here. You've got 4 options. Number 1 option is the no name brand, the made in China brand, builder's grade brand. I'll call it economy grade roof. Typically you do not want this roof. If a house has this roof, you probably want to offer a lower price for it. I do not offer this roof because it causes too many problems in too short of time. And I would strongly advise you to not go with this roof. This would be your lowest bid from one of the contractors you might have invited to your home to give you a bid. And they are likely giving you a made in China builder's grade roof. So the next 3 options, option 2, option 3, option 4, get a little bit confusing because it's a mix. It's a mix of a generic brand. It's not one of these builder grade brand materials, but it's a mix. It's the name brand mixed with a generic, which is pretty good, just not as good as that name brand. So if you look at this picture here, in number 2, I put Walmart. You could think of Walmart and their great value product. I'm not sure if you've ever bought something from Walmart that's great value. Earlier I showed you a small picture of this Oreos. I don't know if you've eaten Oreos and you've compared the taste of Oreo brand and the Great Value brand. There is some difference. They still are nice cookies, they're sweet, but there is some difference, and the cost is also different. So this will help you understand these different materials and why you're paying more for different roofs and why you have these 3 choices. So this second option here we're going to call the Great Value Walmart roof. Walmart is good, Great Value is good. If you want to save some money, this is a great product. And GAF will be your shingles. The most important parts of your roof will be a GAF name brand, but some of the other parts will be a generic brand. And that's really just to help save you $2,000, maybe even $3,000 depending on the size of your roof. The disadvantage with going with one of these products is the warranty is much lower, and I'll talk about that in just a moment here. Your next option is a Costco roof. I call it a Costco roof. You might be familiar with the Kirkland brand. It's a little better than Great Value. Costco's a little better than Walmart. You've kind of got your good, your better, and then I'll get to our best here. Again, you buy the Costco roof. It's just a little bit higher quality, a little more name brand product, longer warranty, a little bit more expensive. You're kind of in that mid-premium grade, I would call it. I would say the Walmart roof is a regular grade, and the Costco roof is a mid-premium grade with a mid-premium price, in addition to a much longer warranty. And your last choice here, the 4th choice, I will call it the shopping mall. If you've been to a mall where they have the big name brands, Dillard's, Macy's, Apple, Lululemon, Under Armour, this is your premier grade of roofing products. Every product on the roof will be a GAF system. The warranty is much longer. The products are meant to be together. If you can afford it and you're willing to spend a little bit more money, it's worth it. When you're buying a product for your home, especially the roof, which protects your family and your things inside your house, it's one of the most important things that you can put. So I always recommend people to invest in that part of your home. As they're thinking about which roof to buy, whether that's the Great Value Walmart, whether it's the Kirkland Costco roof, or it's the Apple or the BMW roof, you probably want to start thinking about warranties. Now, there's two types of warranties, which can get a little confusing sometimes. We have a material warranty and we have an installation warranty. Material warranty is usually 50 years, blah, blah, blah. They talk about how long it will last, what problems will happen over 50 years. They will replace it if the material has a problem. Typically, the material does not have a big problem, especially in the shingles. The problem occurs in the workmanship and how the system was installed. Almost all the shingles have a 50-year, they might have a 30 to 50-year warranty on the material. Now what we're talking about is the workmanship warranty, and that's really what you should worry and care about, because how something is installed is probably a bigger factor in the manufacturer deciding if they're going to honor your warranty or not. So with the Walmart roof, we'll call it the Walmart roof, great value roof. You get a 5-year workmanship warranty. 5 years. Basically, what does that mean? Within 5 years, it won't be leaking. And if your roof is not leaking within 5 years, it's usually not going to leak. So the great value roof is a great value. It's good. If you're on a little bit of a budget, it's the right choice for you. And this warranty by GAF is called the System Plus warranty. The next one, the Costco and Kirkland roof, comes with a silver pledge warranty of 10 years. And what's happening here is you're getting 75% GAF branded products, 25% might be a generic, which is also good. So that one you'll have 10 years on. The third one, which is the complete GAF system, the gold pledge warranty, is 25 years. And this is definitely the best deal out there. You have a 25-year guarantee on the installation. You have a 50-year guarantee on the materials. You are going to be safe and set for the life of your house. And the greatest thing is if you live in an extremely cold and an extremely hot environment, your shingles will probably die at about 25 years. And you can get a new roof with that warranty. So just spending a little bit more money, it's typically $2,000 to $5,000 more depending on how large your home and square footage is. You can get a higher level system, higher quality roof with a much better warranty just by spending a little bit extra. So my recommendation is you typically go with the premium grade roof. In the long run, it will be worth it. But if cash is tight and you really cannot afford it, the regular grade roof with the 5-year installation warranty and the 50-year shingle warranty is a great purchase also. As you're choosing a contractor, one thing that I offer all of my customers is a pre-construction appointment. I show that we're fully licensed. We have insurance. I don't want roofers falling off of my house and not being insured and billing my homeowner's insurance. What a nightmare that would be. I don't use subcontractors. My entire crew is W-2 employees of the company, so they have stable work and they're paid well. They have health insurance and their taxes are paid. Another thing you can ask your contractor is, does the manufacturer inspect your roof after it's installed for the warranty? GAF does this, and this is very important part of a roof installation that most other contractors will skip. And also, is there any kind of post-construction appointment? Is there any customer service involved if there's a problem? Do they do a magnetic sweep around the entire house to pick up all of the nails and metal parts that fell off? So you definitely want to think about customer service and how the entire experience was, not only the price. So there's many things to think about here. The quality of the material, the customer service. Is this a legit organization? Are they pulling the building permits to have proof and legal evidence that this new roof was put on when you go to sell the home, or if there's a legal problem that happens? So don't take the risk with the cheapest bid. And that's why I always say, run away from the cheapest bid. Lastly, a few things as you're putting on your new roof, a few options to beautify your roof I will share with you here. Roof ridge vent, as you can see in this picture here, it basically is the lungs of your house. Cool air and fresh air can come in through the soffit, which is under the under part of your roof, and it will go into your attic and out the top, allowing your attic to breathe to cool and to suck moisture out of your attic, which protects that roof decking and all the wood in your attic. You'll see this type of ventilation on almost all new homes. It's a modern technology that most new homes have. So I highly recommend considering it for your home. And here are a few pictures for you to look at, see what that looks like on a home. The next thing is a high profile roof ridge cap. This adds some elegance to your home. It looks really good from the street. I'll show you some pictures here so you can kind of see what this looks like. You can see these ridges here, they kind of stick out, those extra lines here. It gives an elegant look to your home. Drive around your neighborhood and you can check it out and see what this looks like in person. The next choice you have is to do a high profile shingles on the fascia, usually on the gables. You can kind of see how the shingle wraps over the edge of the gable there, giving it that look here. On this particular designer roof here, looks very good. Next option you have is to install some valley metal in all the valleys. You may think, what's a valley? Well, just think of two mountains, they come together and there's a valley. Here are a few pictures of what this valley metal looks like, and you can choose to have matching colors, or you can do the opposite colors which contrast against each other and show that those lines in your roof. Here's some pictures kind of what this looks like on different roofs. The next option you also have with GAF is they have some designer shingles. For a little bit more money, you can get a very special look if you want your house to stand out. Maybe you're trying to sell your home, you want to add some curb appeal and some value to your home. Designer shingles are a good option to consider. You can notice they look a little bit different than the typical 3-tab or architectural shingles. Okay, the last thing I just want to mention here is you don't necessarily have to go with an asphalt shingle roof. There are different types of roofs that you can consider. I won't go through them all here, but you can look at this list here. We've got a clay tile, slate tile, concrete tile, metal roofs. I'll show you some pictures of metal roofs. They're quite popular in extreme heat and extreme cold, as well as snow. Wood shingles and shakes. We've got Spanish tile, and then the asphalt shingle. If you're interested in talking more about this, there's some other videos I'll create for you as well where we talk more about these different types of roofs. Most people are installing an asphalt roof due to its low cost, and it is quite durable. It's easy to repair. There are some advantages to it. So here we have a picture of an asphalt roof, the typical asphalt shingle roof. Here's a metal roof, which they've been known to and said to be the best roof there is. Much more expensive, but durability, quality, and look. Here's some pictures here, just so you have an idea what some of these metal roofs look like. Another one that we actually offer here too is the Tesla glass solar roof. If you're planning on putting solar panels and you need a new roof, it would make sense to consider the Tesla solar roof. You can kind of see the difference here in this picture of solar panels are, they look a little bit ugly on your roof, but this Tesla solar roof, whew, beautiful. Some more pictures here of this. And this roof can power your entire home basically on solar power, depending on what part of the country you're in. Another option is bar tile roof. Another picture here. Bar tile premium roof tiles are another higher end option, similar to the metal. You can see they have kind of a special look to them. And this is just a designer shingle, kind of a bar tile look here as well, and some of the designer shingles. An important thing as you're thinking about your home, why do you want this roof? A home's roof is 40% of its curb appeal. You might have not thought about this. Next time you're looking at homes, notice the roof and you'll realize, wow, it is 40% of what I'm looking at in most cases. Your home's roof is your home's hairstyle, actually. So you want to take some time to think about it. Choose the right color of shingle, the right style of roof. It can really make a difference in your home's value. Again, if you have questions about the GAF warranty system, I know it can be a little complicated. I put some links below, which will link you up to that system so you can watch some more videos about how it works and what's included in these warranties. The next question you're probably asking yourself is, okay, Taylor, how much will my roof cost? Now you've given me all these different options. How much will my cost be? What are my 3 options? And that's usually the next step where the estimator will come in and give you a quote or a bid. And just remember to know what you're looking for. What product, what brand, are you taking off the old shingles? What is the entire process? Get all the details of the bid so that you can compare apples to apples and not apples to bananas. Here in my group, we have easy financing as well. So if you do need financing, we can arrange that for you. The last thing I want to share with you quickly, because this is important for you, is how contractors usually cut corners on putting your roof in. You don't want them to cut corners. When they cut corners, they cut costs, they cut quality, they cut important steps. And that's why I always say run from the lowest bid, because they are corner cutters. Some things many contractors do is they don't pull building permits. If you know anything about building permits, this is your legal protection against something that might happen with your property. You don't want to forget to do this. Many contractors do not have business licenses. So there's a lot of liability which comes with that. Many contractors do not have insurance. You don't want someone without insurance on your roof. A lot of contractors will skip quality on the ice and water barriers and the products under your shingles. There's many different grades like I mentioned. The premium grade is going to be the best choice for longevity. And builder grade you definitely do not want. And it's very easy for a contractor to shortcut these underlayment parts because you typically never see them. Some contractors will not register your warranty. So this is another big problem, another place where they cut costs and they cut corners. So make sure you're dealing with a reputable contractor, an installer. And I already mentioned this, but many contractors will use cheap accessories, cheap metal, cheap underlayment, even some cheap shingles, and you might have no idea what you're getting. And the biggest problem of all is many contractors might not replace your wood decking. It might be rotten like in this picture here, and they will shingle right over it, and you would never know. 5 years later, you're going to have leaks because of that rotten wood decking. And you might think, well, why wouldn't they just replace it? Well, they don't want to come to you and ask for more money. So make sure before you sign your contract that you have already discussed the price of wood decking. And lastly, many contractors, especially small ones, they don't pay their bills. They have many collectors coming after them. They will come after your home and your roof. So you just don't want to deal with a contractor does not pay their bills. You do not want to get a lien put on your house by a supplier who did not get paid or an installation team who did not get paid. So the summary of all that is work with a reputable contractor. They have some reviews online. They have customers. They might be a bigger team, not the biggest team, but just someone who's reputable and it can be proven. I hope you find all of this useful as you're looking for your new roof. Contact me if you have questions. I would love to help you look at your different bids. I can give you a bid from my team and help you compare and find what's best for you. If you have questions and you want to reach out to me, feel free to reach out to me. You can find my contact information below.